we can start talking a little bit. Let's see, we're a couple minutes early. See if we can get a couple people in here first. See if we can get. I found out some good information today, guys, while we're sitting here waiting. About for you guys that are on the tourist visas that are in the country right now, you can get a thing called motion to reconsider, and you can get from 2 to 36 months more time if you're waiting to get married or anything like that. They'll give you a certain amount of time. Also, if you're waiting to do your SRRV retirement visa, you can get reconsidered through the BI. Just FYI, guys. I just found out about that today, so I just figured I'd give you that. Who's on here right now? Who do we got on here? We got somebody on here. See how many people we can get on here tonight. Okay, we got 2 people on here. 1 person on here. Let's see, usually we can get quite a few people on here. This isn't my usual night. Usually we do like a Saturday. All right, now we got some people getting on here. Good. Okay. People are just checking in, I think, and then leaving because it's not started. So they'll probably come back. Let's see if we can get some people on here to start. Hopefully. So who do we got on here? We got 1 person on here right now. Let's see, we got 2 people on here. Who's on here right now? Get some conversation going here, hopefully. See if we can do something about. There we go. We're getting some people on here now. All right, we got Brian on here. Hey, Brian, how you doing? How's it over in the UK? Is it cool yet? Cool, or getting warmer yet? Should I ask? Let's see. We got 3 people on. Who else is on here? Get some questions going on here. Are all you guys looking to come over here to the Philippines, or have we got people that are in the Philippines here too? So we got like 4 people on here right now. I'm good. No, still cold. That sucks. Yeah, over here, today we had a good wind going through here, so it was nice and cool. Tomorrow I'm on vacation. I'll be over in Batangas tomorrow, so we'll be right on the ocean, getting some ocean breezes. But we always get a breeze where I'm at. JD says, love your channel. Do you think it's possible to apply for SRRV at a Philippine embassy in the USA? No, it's not. You got to do that in country, man. That's got to be done over here. But you do have to do a whole bunch of things over there, okay? And you need to do like some apostles. You got to get all your documentation ready. If you go on with the video that I did about the SRRV visas, make sure you look for Rosemary Baranda's info, and you can contact her. Now she gets paid by the PRA through your application fee. So use her all the way through the process. Just go through her. She'll help you through the process. She's the person who did me, and she's very good at what she does, guys. So if you guys want to do the SRRV thing, and you're a veteran, or even if you're not a veteran and you have enough money to do it, then so okay, you saw the video, good. Anybody else have some questions on here? Where else is everybody from? We got the UK on here, and who else we got on here? See if we get some more people on here, hopefully tonight. Usually we get about 100 people on here. I really think it makes sense to get this and not rely on the tourist visa. I agree, JD, 100%, man. We were just talking about that today with a few of the other subscribers that were emailing me and chatting me and stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, I'm not in that predicament, so I don't have to worry about leaving, But there is a problem getting back in with the SRRV visas because of all the COVID stuff going on. But that's something for another day, Let's see, another pandemic could happen, and the SRRV would be like security and peace of mind. Yeah, it would keep you here. So you don't have to worry about that for sure. Let's see. Brian says, sadly, I'm still at work. JD, but yeah, you're right. You're right about that. That the SRRV is awesome. Are you a veteran, JD? Let's see. I don't want to get there and be forced to leave my girlfriend when 3 years hits. Yeah, I agree, man. I mean, that's a mess. Blue Dale's on here. Hello from Ireland. There we go. How you doing, Blue Dale? All right, we're up to 6. We're gonna be bumping around here a little bit tonight. It seems like maybe because it's a Friday night, a lot of people are going out. But guys, we're gonna be doing also a live stream tomorrow night from the beach down in Batangas, and we'll be doing the live stream down from there. If we can get, if the data works down there, it all depends on the data. So if you guys go on tomorrow night at 10 o'clock and you don't see me, you'll know why. Okay. All right. Who else we got on here? We got like 8 people on here now. Let's see. JD says, I might qualify as I have diplomatic service, and that is mentioned under the reduced deposit as well. Yeah, okay. Yeah, if you can do that, man, whatever you can do to fall into the a good category, that's what matters, man. So yeah, if you got the documentation, talk to Mary Rose about that and ask her about that. She'll help you a lot, JD. So Blue Dale, how you doing over there in Ireland? Let's see. Brian Adamson, where do you work? Deadbug Doug. Let's see. Deadbug Doug says CDC lifted the mask requirements for fully vaccinated people in the U.S. That's good, man. Wish we had that over here. We haven't even gotten vaccinated over here. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna do it yet. I haven't really decided. I put in for it, but I'm not sure I'm gonna do it. Blue Dale hoped to rent long-term gated community in Dumaguete. On about $1,500 a month. Yeah, you should be able to do that. You shouldn't have any problems with that. People down there say that they're living on 800, but it's hard living down there on 800 with a girlfriend. Just FYI, 1,500 is not bad. But over the long term, as you get older, don't forget about your insurance. Keep your insurance in mind, because as you get closer to 75, it is going to go up, Blue Dale. JD, even with the 10K, they will give it back if you ever leave, so it's worth it. Yeah, JD, that 10K, man, you can lease property with that too, and you can build on it, or you can buy a condo with that too. So just FYI, that money can be used. And under the SRRV now, you have to go in every year. They don't do it for 3 years like they used to. So every year you got to re-up that, but it's easy to do. You just call your agent, she does it for you, or you can do it yourself. Let's see, Don Murphy, pandemic is over in the USA as per Sleepy Joe. Yeah. I heard the people in the military were saying that they're not comfortable with him. They think he's not capable of being president. They got 120 people signing something, I guess they said today on the news. I saw that on the news. Let's see, Brian Evans, a truck driver delivering to construction sites. That's cool. I got a couple of truck drivers on here. Let's see, JD, looking to live in CDO or Davao, likely to start out as my girlfriend's from Mindanao. Yeah, my girlfriend's from Mindanao too. But she lives up here in Cavite, right near Manila. JD, great info, Steve. Thanks, JD. Don Murphy, he is an idiot. We don't need any of that, man. Come on. Who else is on here? Who else we got on here? Let's see. We got like a bunch of people on here. We're up to about 20 now. Where else? Here we go. Austin and Arkansas. Okay. Have you heard any different? Mary Rose said I could not do the military SRV without some type of pension. Yeah, it could be any type of pension. I just have big cash in the bank, no income, and other dividends, which says does not count. You could do it when you get Social Security if it's $1,000 or over there, Justin. That's something to think about. I mean, I don't know if you have any pensions that are going to start in the future or something like that. You could start it then. As long as you have 1,000, it can be any kind of pension. But yeah, with just having cash, no. Blue Dale, tax-free insurance plus 3,000 US. In savings, been listening to you, and I'm going to purpose to Philippine P. Okay, let's see. Bearded Patriot TV, good morning, and TGIF from DC. So not going to get vaccine? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I put in for it, and I'm still thinking about it. I'm still on the fence. Only way to come to PI is to show vaccine. Question: do we pay PI tax on pensions annually there? No, if you're on the tourist visa, and no, if you're on the SRRV retirement visa. Okay, so no taxes for that. Blue Dale says purpose marriage. JD says your video on life challenges was very inspirational. Let's face it, we are all there for a reason, just different reasons, and the chance for a peaceful, relaxed lifestyle is the dream. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. And Chris Foster from Manchester, New Hampshire. But me and my girlfriend look at your videos all the time, and we're going to move there within 5 years. Fortunate enough to be 100% service connected. Yeah, you can get, Chris, that's great. But remember over here, the VA hospital only works on the service-connected disabilities. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So you still need some sort of insurance over here too, Chris. Okay? And Dwayne Frechette says, call when you're done. I will, Dwayne. I will. I work for the U.S. government and took the first Moderna vaccine working for VA. Feel fine afterwards. Yeah, I hear everybody's fine, but I'm worried about the long-term effects a little bit, you know? You know, that's really what I'm kind of worried about, you know? Let's see. And this time you need better lighting. I know, the kids are sleeping right here, so I can't get better lighting, unfortunately. So it is what it is tonight, guys. You know, and tomorrow night it might not be as nice either, because tomorrow we're going to be at the beach. So we'll be doing it from probably inside the cabana there. We're renting a cabana. It's like, it sleeps like 8 people or something like that. And it's got AC. So, who else is on here? We got 24 people on here. See if we can get some more people on here so we can stay on here a little bit late tonight. Okay, we're going up to 27 now. Who else is on here? And where you guys from? Shoot me some questions out here so we can keep this going, guys. It's slowing down here. Let's see, good morning. But any of you guys that are looking to get the SRRV visa, okay, let me just say this, is that you really, really need to talk to Mary Rose Baranda to get that started. And if you're in the U.S., start getting your paperwork together too, okay? Let's see, here we go. To fight the coronavirus, build up your vitamin D and zinc levels. Yeah, I take that already. Let's see, Bearded Patriot. Can we use military retiree TRICARE over there in the PI? Yeah, you can. Yes, that works over here. It works over here for sure. There's certain hospitals that accept it. Brian Adamson says, sound quality is good. Yep, I'm using this little microphone right here. Let's see. Mike Burgess says, hi, I'm leaving in Vietnam, but from the U.S. I'm living in Vietnam from the U.S. All right, thanks for tuning in, Mike. Let's see. Justin in Arkansas, will not get Social Security ever, no pensions, never had a real job other than in the Navy for a few years. I will have to do some other type of SRV. Do you want to do investor visa unless there's no options? I don't know what to say to you, man, on that one, you know? I don't know where you stand financially or anything, Justin. If you send me an email at steven5975@yahoo.com, and just ask me for my phone number. You can give me a call, and we can talk it out and try to figure out how to get you over here. Okay. So Bill Poole says 94 in Vegas today. Mask off per CDC if vaccinated, plus 2 weeks. There we go. Zane Underwood. Hey, Steve, just tuned in having some coffee. It's 7 a.m. here in the beautiful Pacific Northwest of Oregon. There we go, Zane. Sounds like the life. Boracay. Been looking at condos there. Boracay's nice, Chris. Boracay's really nice. I was there years ago when it was like Gilligan's Island, but I mean, it's still nice today. I have friends that live there and people that I talk to there all the time. Boracay's really, really nice, you know. Let's see. Are you under that 3-year rule of tourist visa? No, I'm not, Roy. I'm on the SRRV retirement visa. I'm here for good, man. I'm a resident here. Mike Burgess, I want to move to the Philippines when things open up again. So just watching streams and videos to prepare for it. Thanks, Mike. We got a lot of stuff on here, Mike. If you want to learn things about coming over here, man, I got like about almost 400 videos on here now, I think. Let's see. Is medical coverage? G-Man says, is medical coverage available over 65? Yes, absolutely, through Pacific Cross. You can go on the Pacific Cross website over here and you can check it out. You can also go on Pacific Prime too, and they'll give you 10 quotes, for your age level. Pacific Prime's great because it gives you 10 choices. Pacific Cross has peso plans too, which keep it kind of cheap. Blue Dale says, do you know much about Bislig City? No, I don't, Blue Dale. Sorry about that, man. Peter Brown says, greetings from Norfolk, Virginia. Missed my niece's wedding in Mandaluyong in February due to pandemic. Sorry to hear that, man. Roy, that thing that you're talking about, the 3-year rule of the tourist visa there's a lot of people bumping up against that. That's why it's not good to use the tourist visa over here too much. I mean, they can get some sort of thing there, a motion to something, reconsider. Motion to reconsider, and they can stay longer. Let's see, we got K Fox. Hello, Steve. Greetings from Germany. How you doing, K Fox? Eddie says, shout out from Arizona, USA. Thanks, Eddie. Appreciate it, man. So we're up to about 35. So we're doing pretty good here. We're not doing bad. I wish we could do better. Who else we got on here? What do we got first? Any more questions, guys? I have to keep this conversation going. We're up to 37 now, so we're not doing bad. But yeah, if you guys do the tourist visa thing, you're playing Russian roulette with if we ever have another pandemic or something like that, you're really playing Russian roulette. So the SRRV visas are really good. I know some of them are expensive for the non-veterans and stuff like that, but let me tell you something. It's well worth it. Either to do the Balik Bayan visa, get married or something like that over here, if that's what you're planning on doing over here. Don't just do it just to stay here, Let's see. Bearded Patriot says, is there any update there in the PI right now concerning the pandemic? What is your gut feeling on when the country will open back up to tourists? My gut feeling is they'll start opening up to tourists probably like towards the end of this year, for people that have been vaccinated, hopefully. Maybe sooner. They're kind of slow over here on the rebound here. Sperlin Edwards says, great show, excellent content. Thanks, Sperlin. I really appreciate it, man. G-Man says, thanks from Colorado. Eddie Munster. There we go, Eddie Munster. Lots of Proud Boys and Oath Keepers are moving to the Philippines. They want to start their own community. Yeah, I don't know about that. Roy Jones, the CDC losing the mask restrictions here in the U.S. Okay, that's good. Chris Foster, for the veteran SRRV, do you have to be retired, or can you qualify as a disabled military veteran that couldn't do the full time to retire? Yeah, as long as you got some sort of disability pension and stuff, you can come over here if you're 50 and over, Chris. You'd be fine. You can come over here if you got the papers to show you're getting $1,000 or more. You're good. And it's SRRV visa, not SSRV. Okay. Eddie says, what's the dollar to peso exchange rate? It's about 47, somewhere around there. 47 to 1. So 47 pesos to $1. Kate Fox, I see the vlogs of the Philippines also from other vloggers. I'm kind of shocked because it seems that people take it very easy. Yeah, it's kind of very laid back here lately, except for when you go to the mall, they make you to sign in and take your temperature and, all that stuff, Bill Poole, for SRRV, address and PH required. Address and PH required for, if changed, notify PRA or BI. Yeah, if you move or something like that and you have the SRRV, you're required to change or notify the PRA. You have to notify the PRA if you move or something. I think that's what you're getting at, Bill. Let's see. Learn Something Worldwide says, hi from Canada. How you doing, Canada? Sperlin Edwards says, I got my house on the market. I'm moving there as soon as it opens up. I think we got a ton of people ready to come over here, Sperlin. Let's see. Sun Moon says, great information, Steve. Greetings from Boulder, Colorado. Thanks, Sun Moon. Blue Dale says, thank you for your University of Knowledge and help and help your wonderful mentor. Thanks, Blue Dale. I appreciate that. Let's see. Bearded Patriot says, I want to send some beer dollars, super chat. I don't see the icon to send. Yeah, we don't do that on here, man. We don't take money. You just watch my ads. Like I tell people, just watch my ads. I don't want to take any money from anybody. I don't need it. Let's see. Eddie says I get $2,600 a month from SS. I'm thinking this is a good budget. What do you think, Steve? That's an excellent budget, Eddie. That's watch my sweet spot budget. You're in there. You're right in the middle. So you're good. You're good to go. See, Mike Burgess says 5 years ago I lived in Bohol and really liked it. The problem was poor internet. Can you recommend a smaller populated area with good internet? There's a lot of areas with good internet. You just got to kind of look around. Internet's expanding here. So you may want to, you have to shop around. I use Converge. Converge is really good. If they have Converge in the area, then you're going to do good. See, we're up to about 41, so we're moving up a little bit, guys. Justin in Arkansas says, let's see. Thank you for sharing the video about your dad and family issues. It helps to know I'm not alone with similar history. Yeah, Justin, a lot of people out there, man. A lot of people come over here hurt, and they don't leave that hurt behind, and they kind of carry it with them, and it shows. And, a lot of that stuff, we need to leave behind and work our way through it before coming here. I'm a big advocate for helping anybody here, but I hate to see people come over here and they got mental illness, or they have things that they have to work through and they haven't worked through. They need to leave all that baggage behind, Let's see. John and Bella's Journey says, hello from California. Hello, John and Bella. Let's see. Bearded Patriot. Rogers sounds good. Thank you. Let's see. John and Bella's Journey. Wife and I can't wait to move back to AC. Yeah, a lot of people waiting. I mean, unbelievable how many people waiting. Jenny the Marina. Ciao, Steve. How's Manila now? It's actually pretty good here. Let's see. Let's see. John Will says, hey, Steve. Sorry I'm late. That's okay, John. Hey, John, I wanted to tell you, they have a thing called a motion to reconsider. Okay? I think it's called a motion to reconsider for your thing. They go from 2 to 36 months. You can get like a waiver to stay longer. But you have to have a good reason. One of them is marriage. So I just want to let you know that. So just FYI. So let's see, we got 41 people. Anybody else have some? Let's see, here we go. Bearded Patriot TV, $4,400 a month, VA and military retirement, single, not including SS. Is that a doable income to live on there? That's an excellent. That's even above my sweet spot budget. So you're doing really good. K Fox says, Steve, you don't take money from the people for your great help and infos, but you will have to accept a great meal once we have a chance to meet. I'll accept a meal. I occasionally go out to dinner with people, and I appreciate it too. I always like to meet my subscribers. Dan Berg, Dan, just joined your channel, moving to the Philippines soon as lockdown is over. Lockdown is over. Wife, my wife. Okay, I'm not sure I can understand the rest, but John Wales says, excellent. I'm going Monday to BI. Got a lot of questions. Yeah, ask about the motion to reconsider, John. That's a key thing. I think it's called a motion to reconsider. Somebody wrote that in the thing the other day that one of the blogs that I did. You can see it on there. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. Okay. It just disappeared for a second. Everything just disappeared on here. Yeah, John, check that out, though. Make sure you ask about that. So we got any more questions on here tonight, guys? There we go. York, PA. Factor in U.S. taxes, also retirement expenses. LOL. John Wales gives me the thumbs up. And John, you can do the SRRV visa from here, by the way, if you have the cash to do that. I don't know if you do. I think you said you didn't. Let's see, we're up to about 45 here, so we're doing pretty good. Jean Pierre says, excellent channel, good info. Keep up the good work, Steve. Thanks, Jean. I appreciate it. Thomas Smith, recommendation on banking. Thomas, I recommend BDO. I like BDO. I use BDO. All the banks here are very slow to process anything, but BDO is good. Frank Keller from Marblehead. I used to go to Marblehead. I used to do roofing in Marblehead, Massachusetts. Steve says, how far in advance of my planned move should I start the SRRV process? About 4 to 5 months out, you should start getting all your paperwork and stuff, and then you got to start getting apostles and things like that. Contact Mary Rose and start talking to her, when you get ready. Okay, watch that video, and and her information is in the description. Okay, Steve? Roy Jones, I heard they were giving 2-month extension after 3 years. Yeah, you can get more, Roy. You can get more. Motion to reconsider. If you're thinking about getting married, or you have some reason, or you have a kid here or something, you can get more. So, just FYI, it's kind of good news. It doesn't mean you're gonna get it, but they will consider it. Let's see, Alex says, good morning from LA and good evening, Steve. How you doing, Alex? Mike Burgess says, is there anything a person should bring from Vietnam when moving to the Philippines? No, not really. Your passport. Let's see. Ariel Batista says, hello from Jacksonville, Florida. How you doing, Ariel? Mark, Steve, if I retire in the Philippines and settle down with a Filipina girlfriend or wife, can one still maintain a minimalist lifestyle? I think you can. Sure. Absolutely. Good. Ron Devo says, good evening from Belgium, Steve. Thanks for your nice and good vlogs. I like them very much. And still waiting to come over there. Take care, Steve. You and your family. Okay, thanks, Ron. I appreciate that, man. York, PA. Wish the best to everyone. I'm getting closer. 21 months away. We'll visit Philippines before then. We'll contact Mary Rose in a few months to start the process. Okay, let's see. Sun Moon says, is it safe to use a debit card at the ATM there? I read debit cards don't cover money stolen from skimmers. Yeah, you got to kind of be careful. Just use the ones in the mall. I always use BDO. And I watch. I pull on the thing there that the cover there, make sure no skimmers are on there or anything. Dan Berg, you may already have answered this, but do you suggest getting the SRRV? Yes, I do, Dan. I have it myself. John Wales, Blue Dale, and Sun Moon. Good to see both of you here. Francisco Fletes says, hi, Steve. I'm a bit late here in BGC. That's okay, man. We'll be on for a few more minutes. I'm not sure how long we're going to stay in time. We're up to 56, so we're doing good. I see Jenny the Marina says, Steve, is the rules of American are the same rules of British when apply for the SRRV? Just wondering. Yes, pretty much. Also, I believe for the veterans visa, I think you just need like something similar, your version of the DD-214. If you're not a veteran, yeah, you can still do it. Sure. Yep. John Co says, hi from Bataan, Philippines. Where are you in the Philippines? I'm in Tracy Martirez, man. I was at Bataan, like about 2 years ago. I did a trip with the PRA, the Philippine Retirement Authority. The Philippine guys, when you do your SRRVs, what a lot of people don't know is that the PRA does trips with people, and they also have a Christmas party each year, so you can meet up with other expats every year too. So just FYI. Let's see. John Wales says, Eddie Munson, I don't think that they will like it here. Let's see. K Fox says, Steve, have to go. Wish you and your family a great weekend. God bless. We'll see you later, K Fox. I should be on tomorrow night, guys. Remember that. But we're going to be trying from the beach. So if you guys want to watch tomorrow night too, I mean, I'm not going off right now, but I just want to give you a FYI. We're going to try to do a live stream tomorrow night from the beach up in Batangas. So we're gonna do that. If our data works from there, we don't know yet. So if I'm on there and you lose me or something like that, you guys will know. Okay, all right, K Fox. I hope to see you tomorrow night then. Hopefully I'll be on there too. We'll see how it works out. Let's see. Bill Poole says, could you do a video on apostles? LA consulate good for. Apostles are different from everywhere in the world, Bill. That's the problem. Okay, there are a bunch of videos online on YouTube already about apostles, but you kind of have to, like if you were doing from the UK, you have to look up how to do the apostles from the UK. So for like me, if I do them, I don't like to do something that's just like for one country. I try to cover it for everybody if possible. I know sometimes we talk just about the US, but The apostles, they're pretty easy. It's kind of like a notary for a notary, just to prove that a notary is right or whatever. So you can go online though to look that up for wherever you're. I don't know where you're from, Bill, but I mean you can look it up online and look like like if you were from Massachusetts, look up how to do an apostille in Massachusetts or whatever. It's pretty simple. It's not a hard issue. A lot of people pay $1,000 per document or $500 per document when it's only like $5. So it's not that hard to do. People make it that it's harder. It's just like getting a notary, except you have to go to a place to get it done, and it's a little bit harder that way. That's about it. So let's see, we're up to about 55. Okay, so we're doing pretty good. So we're almost up to the 10,000 subscriber mark, guys. I think we're about 24 people away right now. We're doing pretty good. And we have a pretty good following, and it's getting better. But you guys got some more questions here, so we can keep this rolling? Let's see. John Will says, Steve is a good man. Thanks, John. I appreciate it. And Francisco says he's from BGC. I'm not actually going to be heading up that way soon. Could you do, let's see. When I moved to the Philippines, Dan Berg says, when I moved to the Philippines, I have no plan to go back to the U.S., no family in the U.S. Is there any documents I need to get in the U.S. for SRRV? Yes, there are. You want to talk to that lady, Mary Rose, and she'll help you get all those documents, Dan. That's a good question because there's a lot of questions. If you were in the military, you want to get your DD-214. Some of those documents you got to get apostilled, okay, which is what we just talked about a little bit. So just FYI, talk to Mary Rose about that. You need your pension documents, all that stuff. So just FYI, watch my video on that too. But talk to Mary Rose and she'll help you out with that. You can send her a thing asking her any questions, but definitely go through Mary Rose because she's free. The PRA pays her to help you, okay? And let's see. Brian Adams says, tomorrow, Good Friday, Mia's not working and can be more involved. I don't understand what you're saying, Brian. Ariel Batista says, I would like when it gets a bit more open to see places for rent and a gated community around you. And maybe into Cavite. I'm considering both right now. Yeah, Ariel, we're gonna try to do some of that stuff, but we're having a hard time because of ECQs and GCQs. We can go on vacation, but we have to get okayed to go to Batangas and stuff like that. It's really weird, the stuff that you have to go through. The hotel has to call a checkpoint so we can go through. See, our road to the Philippines. Just joined your chat. We just had a apostille sent to the Philippines for a power of attorney. Should be there today. Hope they know how to use it. That's interesting. For power of attorney, huh? Let's see. Anja Mirza. Welcome, Steve. More power to you. Thank you. See, Roy Jones says, what challenge will you do when you make 10K? What challenge will you do when you make 10K? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Oh, when I make 10,000 subscribers, you mean? I don't know. Let's see. I'm just happy making the 10K, I enjoy doing this. I have a lot of fun helping people. Dan Berg says, thanks. Robert Batson, I have a friend who is planning to retire in the Philippines, but he has a DUI conviction from 20 years ago. Does that matter? No, not really. But you still have to talk to the PRA about that. Talk to Mary Rose Baranda, and she'll help you with that. And it shouldn't be a big deal. No, not a DUI. Peter Brown, what you have growing in the flower pots at the house? Any veggies? We have a lot of stuff. I actually have like a lot of pineapples. We have peppers. We have a couple of Christmas trees out there actually, and they're growing. Let's see. John Wells says Robert Batson. He will be fine. Trust me. Let's see. Francisco Fletes is looking for a place in Cavite, trying to decide between Tagaytay or General Trias or Laguna, looking for a more laid-back feel than Manila. Tagaytay. I would say Tagaytay. Tagaytay is a little busy, but it's a little bit more laid back. I mean, as far as traffic and stuff, there's a lot of traffic, but the General Trias is traffic too. Laguna is not too bad. Uh, Numis Boyonis. Hi, good evening to all. How you doing? Let's see. Any other people? Congratulations, Steve, for the 10K subs. I've been following you when you were at 2K. I'm so happy for you, Alex says. Thanks, Alex. Appreciate it. You know, I think I'll be up there, but maybe by tomorrow morning, maybe by the time I reach Batangas tomorrow, I'll be up to 10K. You know, I noticed that like the subs, when you hit a certain level, it slows down a little bit. And we have like kind of a strange following, a different following than most people too, because I mean, we're not dragging out like the girls in the bikinis and stuff like that. That's not my thing, and I just tend to stay away from that, you know. And we just try to give out info, help people, you know, help people get through the process, and try to just, you know, give people the tools to survive over here and make it over here, and also to, you know, just not fail. I don't want people to have failure as an option. I've always tried to push that on people that, you know, failure is not an option over here. You know, you need to be informed all the time. But let's see. Steve says thanks for your straight, non-drama filled info. Thanks, Steve. I appreciate it, man. You know, but let's see. You guys got any more questions on here? Let's see. So we can keep this going. So we got I think we're up to about 59 or 60. It's kind of slow tonight, but still. Usually we get up around 100 people. I know Friday nights are slow because everybody goes out. And I'm sure now with the back in the States, a lot of people are just, you know, running around. Mike Burgess, but the girls in bikinis look great. Yeah, they do. See, Francisco Fletes says that clickbait stuff is annoying. Your channel is good. Thanks, Francisco. I appreciate that. Yeah, I stay away from clickbait, guys. You know, when I put up something like a title or something like that, it's usually what's going to be in my thing, in my vlog. You know. Let's see. Thomas Smith says, "I'm assuming credit doesn't matter there." Yes and no. You still want to have good credit here. I watch my credit score back in the States in case I ever want to get more credit through a credit card or something like that. It's good to keep going. I wouldn't blow your credit score on something before you leave. Maximus says, hello, Steve. Good evening. Thanks, Maximus. And Robert Batson says, have you invested in crypto? Yes, I have. I actually made a lot of money one time off of Litecoin when it took off last time. This time here, I've been getting free crypto off of Coinbase, which is kind of interesting. All you have to do is watch these little things and answer things. So I think I got like about $80 on there. See, Mike Burgess got to go to Epstein Island for that. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Dumaguete is like what they call Epstein Island. A lot of people have referred to Dumaguete as the Epstein Island of the Philippines. Not sure why, but I think it's because they drag out the girls in the bikinis there. I don't think it has to do with underage girls or anything like that. I think it's more of the dragging the girls with the bikinis out, though. Kind of interesting. So what else we got on here for questions, guys? Francisco says the clickbait stuff is annoying. Yeah, it does get a little bit annoying for all of us, I think. You know, I mean, we got a lot of people. I'm not going to mention names down there. I don't like calling out people. You know, I just leave them on their own thing. Let's see. What would you do different from first retiring to the Philippines? What would I do different? I'm not sure. I don't think I'd do anything different. I'm happy here, man. I like my life here. You know. Did you enroll in VA care before you came here, or did you do everything here? I was in the VA system already. I was already in the VA system before I came here. Although I like the VA system here a lot. One thing I got to give credit to is the VA system here, because the doctor back there told me that if I went in for a CMP exam back in Boston, they're really hardcore and they turned down everybody. He said there was one guy he thought was a sure 100%, and the guy came back with 0. So I was like, wow. I was like shocked that when he told me that. He says, go to another state or go to the Philippines. He said, and he already knew I was going to go to the Philippines anyway. So, but that's amazing that he told me that. John Wales says, even though when I went to the beach in Dumaguete, I did not see a single bikini. Yeah, it's only on those channels. Isn't that kind of funny, John? You know, it is kind of funny. Robert Batson says, where would you recommend for the first time to the Philippines 2-week vacation? Wow, that's a tough one, Robert. I would say Batanes and Palawan. I would say those two places. Probably Palawan, more so. You know, but Batanes, not Batan, Batanes. Batanes. Beautiful place. Looks just like Ireland. It's like the Ireland of the Philippines. Even the houses there have grass roofs and they're stone houses. So, and then John says, only on YouTube. Of course, John, you know. John, I got your video coming out tomorrow. For you guys that are on here right now, John sent me an email. It's an interesting story. And I read the email in a video, and it's going to be on, I think I put it for tomorrow sometime. So it is going to be on there, John. I already cut the video. Let's see, Our Road to the Philippines. Do you ever plan to go back to the U.S. for good, or is that too far off to think about? You know something, I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure if I'll ever go back. Right now, it's not in my plans. You know, my girlfriend's daughter is studying to be a nurse, and we may go back for her for a while to be there for her, but we'd probably come back, you know. Let's see. 501 Hellraiser says, what is the average temperature in the Philippines compared to the United States? Probably in the high 80s. Some places 90s. Depends on where you are. There's cooler places, and there's Tagaytay is kind of cooler. You know, in Manila, it's probably like in the 90s. And Robert Batson says, thanks. Let's see. Francisco Fletes says, Dumaguete is too small. I got bored in 3 days. Yeah, I heard that too. Jerome Hagan, please share about the country opening up. Yeah, I wish I could share more. I mean, we just come off of ECQ to go into GCQ, and we can travel to go on vacation tomorrow, fortunately. So I'll be in Batangas tomorrow. So, but who knows what the future holds here. I mean, we're only at like 2% vaccinations or something like that. If not even that, I don't think. Maximus says, Robert Batson, pick a good hotel to stay in for 2 weeks because you will be in quarantine for that long right now. Yeah, it's true, Maximus, man. You know, it's rough. Let's see, John Wales. Steve, I sent you an additional email. At least 3 other expats in San Carlos have had the same experience. That's interesting, John. That's interesting. That's kind of fascinating to hear that. So hopefully we'll see that. Tell them to make some comments in the comment section tomorrow when it goes up. You know, because I'd like to have those show up because I'd like to see if there's more people out there. There's got to be more people. I heard something about that a long time ago, but not recently. You know, somebody told me something about that before, but that's weird that, you know, it's suddenly taken place like where you're at. Because somebody told me about that here, but I've seen cops all over the place. They've never stopped me. See, Danberg says, what restrictions are going on with the lockdown? Restrictions is like the restaurants are running at like 10% seating capacity, outside 50%. You gotta sign in everywhere you go. Even if you walk into McDonald's, you gotta sign in. They take your temperature. You gotta sign in when you go to the mall. You're not sign in, but they take your temperature and they have to be in and out in a certain period of time. So it gets kind of hectic there, Dan. You know, there's a lot of restrictions, and you can only go every other day to the mall. Okay, so under GCQ, I'm not sure. I haven't read the most recent restrictions. So, you know, that's a step down, but it's not much difference. So the difference between ECQ and GCQ is very little. See, Francisco Fleta says, VA has Pfizer vaccine. They're vaccinating under 65-year-olds now. I hope they start vaccinating more people soon. Yeah, I heard they are. You know, I'm still on the fence about that. I did put in for the vaccine, but I'm not 100% sure I'm going to get it. You know? And Maso says, hey, how you doing, Steve? How you doing, Maso? I'm doing good. We're doing good on this end. So, but to get back to the Pfizer vaccine, yeah, I'm still on the fence about that. I'm not totally sure about that because, you know, I'm not sure if I feel comfortable about the long-term effects of that, you know, because it has a receptor in there, and the receptor means it's waiting for something. So when they give you a booster, what are they giving you? You know, so who knows what they give you in the future? That's what concerns me. You know, but I mean, there's so much stuff on that. You hear all this conspiracy theory stuff, and it's just kind of concerning after a while. You know, so you don't know whether to do it or not because of all the conspiracy stuff. And every time you read something, there's something different on it. So, what else we got here for questions, guys? You got some more here. But as far as I know, you guys mentioned about opening up, I think they'll open up. They'll open up to people with vaccines. I really do think that they will do that at some point. You know. Let's see. Maso says, "Gone midnight here in OZ. I'm a hardcore fan. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Let's see. Danberg says, "What vaccines do you have in the Philippines?" We got the Sputnik, which is the Russian one, and we got the Chinese one, which I don't know what they call that one, the Sinovac or something like that, I think it is. But they got the Sputnik, which is the Russian one. They call it Sputnik over here. I don't know if that's a nickname or if it's the actual name. Let's see. Robert Batson says, "I'd wait to get the vaccine for at least a couple of years." Yeah, I'm not. I don't know if I'd wait that long, but you know. Let's see. I'm just losing my earpiece here. Let's see. OZ, Australia. Yeah, no, I understand, Maso. Roy Jones, is there a major problem with corrupt cops? To some extent in some towns, yeah. You know, the next town over is pretty bad. Tracy's pretty good, but no, there's not everybody's corrupt here. But there's a lot of cops here, and the cops don't get trained as well as in the United States. I don't think, at all. You know, I've had cops ask me for money, and they weren't afraid to ask for it right in front of other cops too. So they actually wanted my friend's wallet when he passed away. Had about $400 in it. I said, no, absolutely not. That's not your money. Hi, Steve. Indonesia just made a research of Sinovac, and they concluded that it is effective, just FYI. Yeah, I'm not going to take the Sinovac. I'll take the Pfizer one if I take it, the one from the VA, but I'm still not sure. Meso says, have you been to SR lately? No, I have not. I haven't been to SNR lately. It's just too much of a hassle right now with everything going on. I would appreciate it if you could get some prices from SR. When I'm over there, I can try to get some prices for you, man. I'll write them down or do a video, and then I'll write down the prices from the video. Let's see. Francisco Flores says Sputnik V, AstraZeneca, Sinovac, Pfizer. Yeah, the Pfizer is only at the VA for U.S. veterans. Master says, would like to know the cost of Wagyu beef. Yeah, that's the one I bought. You're talking about the grass-fed beef. It was actually very cheap. You know, it was. I got like 5 steaks, real good cuts too, and they were good. You know, is it possible to come on a tourist visa and then get married there? Yes, you can. You know, when we have movement, but right now, I mean, there's no movement, guys. See, we're up to 74, 76. We're actually doing pretty good. I had Moderna a couple months ago. No side effects so far. Just a sore arm for a day. May have been just a needle. That's interesting. Let's see. Charles Perry says, is it still 10-day quarantine? I believe it is, but that's changing. That changes every day. I think that just changed today, but I'm not sure what it changed to because we're going down to GCQ from ECQ. So that may change, Charles, but I'm not sure. That's something you want to check on every single day because it changes every single day. Maso says prices would be appreciated. Yeah, I can get you some prices, man. Maso, I'll get you some prices next time I go to SNR for sure. They're very reasonable there. Let's see. Heidi says, good morning from San Diego, California. Good morning, Heidi. Good to have a woman on here tonight. Because usually we don't get too many. We have about 10% of our subscribers are women too, which is kind of interesting. Good AM from Central Florida. And Maso says, I like to eat good quality foods. That's why I need to be in the sweet spot budget. Yeah, the sweet spot, man, that makes all the difference. I'm telling you, for eating over here too. You know, I'm in the upper end of the sweet spot. Actually, even actually a little bit higher than that if you include the YouTube money, but that changes every month. People think like it's steady, but it's not. Sometimes you make 1,400, sometimes you make 400. Because like this month here is actually gonna be a slow month. You know. O. Rodriguez says, "Good morning from U.S. East Coast." Good morning. Let's see. R. Charis says, "You from Mass? How did that humidity and heat affect you when you first got there? Does it ever get easier?" Yes, absolutely. I live in a very breezy area. I sit out on the porch out here. That's why you see me sitting out there a lot. That and I'm stuck in GCQ, so we can't move around much. But you usually see me sitting in the chair, and then when we can get out, we film out, we do walks and stuff like that. But yeah, humidity, we get good days and bad days here, just like back home. I was watching one of your other videos. You talked about Das Marinas and Tracy Martinez. How good would the internet be there? Well, I live in Tracy Martinez, and the internet's really good through Converge. Not PLDT is not as good. Nina Partridge says, "Hi Steve, Nina and Chris here from the UK. How you doing, Nina and Chris?" Let's see. Maso says, "Can you get the American style ribs and SR?" Yes, you can. They have them there sometimes. Let's see. R. Chara says, "If you became very rich, would you stay in the Philippines?" I probably would. Yeah. Or I'd go to Belize, but I'd take my girlfriend with me. I love Belize. I love the Philippines too, though. But the one thing about Belize, it has a much different vibe to it. But Belize is about 30% more expensive. But it's just a hop, skip, and a jump for a hospital run if you need to. If you're on Medicare or Medicaid and you're older, Belize might be the place to go. Also, there's some good places in Mexico. Also, Guatemala has some good spots too, and Costa Rica. There's a lot of people looking at those areas now. Let's see. Maso must be the pork ribs. They are the bomb. Yeah. You know where I get good ribs, Maso, is Kenny Rogers here in the Philippines. Kenny Rogers is a really, really good restaurant to get ribs, and they're delicious. And there's also a place called Gringo's. Gringo's is a really, really good place for ribs. If you guys like food, go to Gringo's. They're in the malls. It's a franchise over here. Gringo's is good, and Kenny Rogers is delicious. Kenny Rogers has all American food, guys. So if you're looking to get some real American food and you want to eat like a normal meal, not a McDonald's meal, go to Kenny Rogers because they have healthy foods there. Let's see. Nina Partridge says, "We'll be moving to the Philippines soon. I'm a Filipino. My husband is British and love the information you're always sharing." Thank you so much. Thanks, Nina. Thanks, guys. Charles Perry says, "Why don't they eat caribou like beef here?" Probably because there's no caribou here. Paul Jones says, "How about the people who were living on the 36-month tourist visa and have sold their home in their home countries so cannot go home?" Yeah, we were just talking about that. They can get a reconsideration. They can ask for one. Doesn't mean they'll get it, but usually they're giving people like 2 months. If you say you need 2 months to pack up your stuff or something like that. So, have you been to Palawan? I hear it's nice. Palawan's beautiful. I actually have friends down there. I have not been. I do want to go there, Joe. It's a beautiful place. I've watched a lot of videos on there. I haven't actually been able to get down there, but I do want to get down there. John Wells says, "Charles Perry, they do, but it's very tough." Let's see. Mike Burgess says, "Belize is pretty good. I really liked Rio Dulce, Guatemala." Yeah, I liked Key Cocker. Key Cocker is an island off of Belize, and I loved it there. And I was inland to San Ignacio, right next to Guatemala. It's beautiful there. A lot of Guatemalans actually live right on the Belizean border in Belize, and most of them speak English. Actually, Belize speaks English, guys. So if you're looking for a place where they speak English, and a lot of you guys say, "Well, I only want to go to the Philippines because they speak English there." Well, Belize speaks English, just a FYI, and it's right next to the United States. Let's see. Dan Berg says, "Do you have health insurance in the Philippines, and is it very good?" Yes, I have Pacific Cross. I'm actually on the peso plan. I'm actually upgrading this month to the the single rooms. So I can get, and you get a little bit more insurance with that too. So I get like 1.5 million pesos worth of insurance. It's not a lot, but it's good enough for over here. Maso says, "Yes, I've been to Kenny Rogers, but not Gringo's." Gringo's is good. Gringos has a lot of Mexican food. They also have Taco Bell over here, guys. Taco Bell is excellent. You know, I mean, I love Taco Bell. I mean, for fast food, Taco Bell is pretty good. Paul Jones says, I see why many people whose 36-month visa is over has now just stopped going to the immigration. Yeah, a lot of them are just going to pay the fees, you know, and once you pay the fees, you don't get blacklisted, I'm hearing. Scuba Guy says, hi, everyone. Let's see. Roy Jones says, can you get good American food in Belize? Yeah, most places, most restaurants serve burgers, and it's like regular American food there, guys. It's really good. I actually like Belize. Belize has something called fried jacks that are delicious. They're awesome, you know. And you put eggs on it or meat or whatever. It's delicious. It's like kind of like fried dough. I saw your video about Cavite. It looks like a great location to consider as an expat. Yes, Joe, it's definitely a great place, man. And it's cool there too. And it's easy to travel everywhere from there. Charles Perry, I think you meant Carabao. They're tough and stringy. Yeah, I think that's what he meant too. Let's see, Scuba Guy says, Philippines has amazing food. I'm not a big fan of the Filipino food, but yeah, to some people they like it. Some place, it depends on which area you live in because it changes all around the country. I'm currently getting an extension done in my place in the Philippines. It can be difficult to organize it, so I'm looking forward when I can get back. Okay, let's see. Francisco Fletes says, can Americans own property in Belize? Yes, you can. You can. John Whale says, Kevin Salstrom, yes, it is. Maso, I'm fortunate that I have a top bloke taking care of the extension. Okay, and Paul Jones says, I asked on the expats in Cebu group, and they told me just don't go to the immigration. One guy has overstayed 5 years. Yeah, that's not a good idea. I don't recommend that to anybody. But if you have to, you have to. I mean, what can I say? I understand, but it gets expensive. I got a guy over here in Tagaytay. He owes about $500, but I guess it was higher, but they halved it because he was sick. I'm not going to mention the guy's name. Did you also go to Utila, cheap and everyone speaks English? No, I did not. I never went there. I don't even think I've ever heard of that before. Francisco Fletes says, one of the things I love about Manila is grab delivery. All the restaurants deliver. Yeah, we have that around here now too. Our Cheris, think your girl could handle living outside the Philippines? Yeah, I think so. She's lived outside the Philippines before. She's worked in Saudi before, so she'd be fine. Mike Burgess, oh my God, they have Taco Bell. Didn't know they were outside of North America. Yeah, they're over in Alabang. If you guys ever want to live someplace like upper class, I mean, I don't know how many people on here we have that are on a really good budget. Alabang, right near Manila, is like very high class, very good hospitals, very good malls, and it's just like living in the U.S. except you're in the Philippines, and Alabang's beautiful. It has good doctors, everything. So you guys might want to look into Alabang or live really close to Alabang. If you like a lot of Western things, Alabang's the place to go, or just outside it. Maso says, anyone needing any building work in the Cavite area, I have a local that can take care of it. Okay, let's see. Win Duncan says, I just got from Baja, Mexico, motorcycle trip. Everything was open, good food, friendly people, great trip. That sounds like a nice bike trip, Win Duncan. You ever read that book put out by the drummer from Rush, Neil Peart? He did a book about after his wife and his daughter died. It was a really interesting book. I think it was called Ghost Rider. Francisco Fletes, they also have a Popeye's chicken. Yeah, they do. And they have Red Lobster. They have Texas Roadhouse. At the Mall of Asia, they have those two, and they have a lot of other places too. So there's a lot of American restaurants over here. There's also Subway, but most of them are closed right now. Luck Albert, hey Steve, thanks for the great content. What about the beef there? In Thailand and Cambodia, it is not that great. It had to import from Australia. Yeah, we go to SRRV, we get good beef. You can find it once in a while at the malls here too. It's hard getting really good ground beef here, but we find it. We can order it too from Rare Foods in Manila. They'll deliver it to your house frozen. When you go to Manila, is the pollution as bad as they say? Are you choking in a purple black cloud of smog and diesel fumes? Yeah, Manila's pretty bad, man. That's why a lot of people wore masks before the COVID up in Manila because of the pollution. I have a really, really good mask. It's an electric mask, and it's good for about 4 hours on a charge. And let me tell you something. It's got charcoal and everything in it, and it turns like totally black after you use it for like about 4 hours. It takes out all the smog and everything. They're really, really good. You can get them over here on Lazada. Would you eventually marry again, or just keep it to a live-in partner? I think I would marry again. Yeah, my girlfriend's really good with me. That's one thing I can't complain about, man. Is my girlfriend, man. I give her credit for everything. I really do. She keeps this house running. And she's a good woman too. If once you find that, man, there's nothing better than that. Paul Jones says, would you pay $20,000 into a bank so you could get the SRRV visa? If I had to, man. If I had to, yeah. If I knew I was coming over here like a long time ago, I would have saved up for that. If I didn't have the veterans, choice. The veterans choice, we come in. We pay $1,500 and then we pay the $1,400 application fee. So it's different for veterans, Paul. It's different for veterans. You may want to go onto the PRA website and check out all the different ones they have. They're all different. It depends on your age and stuff like that. So, but right now they're not doing anything for people under 50. So that ain't even happening. And for people outside the country, there's nothing they can really do for you right now until they open up. Scuba Guy says, I once ate California hot wings, 2 million Scovilles, in the Philippines, and I was out of action for a week in the summer. Learned a very valuable lesson. Yeah, man, I don't know if I'd be going for that. Something in South Carolina, in Charleston, there's a place that has the hottest peppers, and they sell the seeds to them too. And I remember you just had to ship in $1. It was a government place, so I shipped in like $1 or $2 or something like that to get some. And I remember I had the things on my finger. It was actually burning my finger. That's how hot it was. It was like the chemicals in there was just burning my finger. It was really, really hot. I remember planting them too. They were hot. They were unedible. If you decide, let's see, Maso says, if you decide to relocate, Steve, do you have somewhere else in mind? Wow, that's a tough one, man. I'm looking around here already, like in General Trias, to get a place with a pool. And once my girlfriend's daughter, or my daughter, I call her, once she finishes college, we'll probably move to a place that has a pool and probably like a 3 or 4 bedroom, and we'll probably stay there permanently. That's our plan anyway. Or we might end up going back to Massachusetts for a short time, or New Hampshire or something like that, and just to get her situated and then come back. But if we do it, we're still going to keep the channel going to help people. So there's no issues as far as me leaving, the YouTube world. J.M. Romero says, what's the longest I can stay with a tourist visa upon arrival as a U.S. citizen? 36 months, man. But you have to keep getting it updated every month or two or whatever. You can get updated up to 6 months if you pay it all in advance, I've heard. I don't have that, so I don't really know that much about the tourist visas. I just know a little information about what I've posted already out there, and that you can, once you hit that 36 months for the people that are in here, you can get a motion to reconsider. Sergeant Grumpy, let's see. Hi, I heard there is a VA in Cebu. No, there's none in Cebu. Which do you think is better between Manila and Cebu for retired veteran service? Manila. I've never heard of a VA in Cebu. Nope. They may have like some sort of things down there, meetings or something every once in a while for people in Cebu, but I don't think they have any. They don't have a VA down there. No, the VA is is a clinic, and it's up in Manila. I'm not sure where you're getting that information, because it's just in Manila, man. Ryan Matt, good morning from Kentucky. I know you mentioned rainy season. I was curious, how intense do the thunderstorms get in your area? We don't get so much thunderstorms as we do torrential rains. We do get some thunderstorms coming through here, but not much. They're not really that intense. Once in a while we'll get some pretty good thunder around here, but very rarely. I think maybe like in the past 3 years that I've lived here in this area, I would say probably like about 4 or 5 times we've had loud thunder, but beyond that, nothing. But the torrential rains we had like a month to a month and a half, 24/7, 7 days a week for like about 4 to 6 weeks. It just kept on raining, and it was good rain too. Let's see. Francisco Fleta says, I paid 10K for the SRRV Human Touch. I'm a veteran, but I didn't qualify for the 1500 because I'm 40. But at least I have one now, and I'm grandfathered. Francisco, I wonder if you can switch that when you hit 50. They might let you if you ask them. I'm not sure. You might want to check on that, though. Paul Jones, the maximum anyone can stay in the Philippines on a tourist visa is 36 months. That is correct, Paul, unless you get that motion to reconsider when you butt that 36 months right now. But most people, they're telling people that they'll give you the 2 months, but after that you have to leave. Unless you're planning on getting married or you have a kid here or something like that, then they'll reconsider that for longer. You can get up to 36 months on that for that motion to reconsider. Is inter-barangay travel still being stopped? Some of it is. I'm going through a checkpoint tomorrow, and hopefully we'll be doing a live stream tomorrow night from Batangas, provided my data works okay there. John Whale says, good night all. Thanks for another live stream, Steve. Thanks, John. Thanks for joining us. John, you'll see your video up tomorrow. I'll have it up tomorrow sometime. I'm not sure what time I scheduled it for, though. Let's see. And Maso says, I may have to send you a shopping list by email for prices. That would give me an idea for a budget. The times I've been in the Philippines, I mainly ate out. I need to find a good place for bacon. Bacon's easy to find here, Maso. It's no problem for bacon. Bacon's easy. You can get bacon at any place. Super 8, any of these places. Bacon's one of the easiest things to find here. Win Duncan, I love the people in the PI, but after 9 trips to the PI and having lived in Thailand, I think there is less and less chance I'll end up in the PI. It's just such a compromise with the infrastructure. Yeah, some people have problems with the infrastructure here, man. It can be rough for some people. See, Paul Jones says, you can see prices online at S&M, Save More, Robinson's, Pure Gold, all have online shopping. I'm sure S&R might have prices on there too, Maso. You might want to go on there and check that out. S&R. Look up in IMIS. It's in IMIS. Let's see. R. Chera says, would you prefer live half a year in Mass or New Hampshire and half in the Philippines? No. I miss Massachusetts, the place. I don't miss the people there too much. The people there are just all political. I don't know what they've become. I just their politics are more important than people now. In a big way too, in a really bad way. And I just had to let that go. JD, would the spousal visa be as good as the SRRV? Yeah, in some ways. If you get a divorce, though, they can boot you out. So the SRRV, if you can get the veterans visa, get that, man. It's way better. It's only $10 per year if you get the veterans visa, and you're 50 or older. JD. So just something to consider. How much is your electric bill in the Philippines? This is a good question. Ken, I have one AC unit. We have it running 24/7 in the bedroom, and it's one of those ones that split. They call it the split, I think it's called, and I think it's a one horsepower, and that thing goes 24/7, and our electric bill never goes over $80-90 a month. So that includes 2 refrigerators too. How much is your Let's see. Kevin says, are the scuba shops opening and taking people out again? I heard they are, Kevin. I heard there's a place they're giving deals south of here. Somebody was just talking about that. I think it was Philly in the Philippines was talking about that today. He was talking about some deals. I think it was him. I could be wrong on that, but I thought it was him that was talking about it. But let's see. Francisco Fleta says, yes, I can, but I need to wait until I'm 50 to switch. That's what they told me. That's good to know, Francisco, because other people have been asking about that. Meso, my place is in a gated community and has a pool, which you pay a small fee for use. Yeah, I've seen some of those places. After having a house with a pool, I find it a pain to look after cleaning, water testing, etc. Well, some gated communities, they take care of it, which is the good part. And I'm going to go to one of those places eventually, hopefully. I was actually thinking about putting a pool in down here. I was talking to the lady about renting a property just to put a pool down there, above ground pool. Let's see. Win Duncan says, RHRS. I do the half and half thing. It's really nice. I look forward to my time in the USA, see family, eat Western foods, best of both worlds. It can be good for some. I agree. If you have the money. It is, I don't have a home back home. Now this is my home, so I guess that's not even my home anymore. I have my sister up in Maine, and I have some cousins and stuff in Massachusetts, but other than that, I don't have much back there. You guys heard my story, so you know what I'm up against. Corn tortillas as hard. LOL. Everyone has flour tortillas, but corn is very hard to find. I get tortillas here once in a while at most of the Mexican restaurants. I don't have a problem. You can get all kinds of tortillas here. J.M. Romero, if I hire a maid, do they cook decent food? Yes. Depends on your maid, though. And would she be okay with cooking breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Yeah, if you talk to them and you pay them right. Francisco Fletes says, that's the only thing I miss from Texas. And Win Duncan, but the half and half lifestyle makes a relationship difficult. Yeah, it does, Win. Unless you're married to her and you can take her back and forth with you. Scuba Guy says, have you looked into solar energy yet? I was actually looking at that to do some lighting in my room and stuff like that, just to save a little bit of energy, because it's cheap to get the solar over here. You can get it through Lazada. You can get all the battery packs. I actually have 2 battery packs here. I could probably connect solar into. Let's see. You have family there, Win Duncan, and they stay when you're in the States. He's asking Win Duncan. That's a question for somebody else. CJ says, do they have providers that have fast home internet service, fiber? Yes, CJ, they do. Converge is really, really good over here. My internet's super. Veterans Courtesy Visa can cost $360 a year if you did not serve in the PI. That's not true, Danny. I didn't serve in the Philippines, and you know what? I only pay $10 a year, so that's not true. I think that's just for the other ones. So I pay $10 a year, and I never served in the Philippines. I don't think that that's true anymore. I think you're reading off of one of the old documents that they have on there, but most people are just $10. Because I know a lot of people keep commenting about that $360. That's not true. How much dividend do you get in all your stocks and ETF? How much? It varies, Ken. Mine varies. Most of my stocks right now are not in dividends. They're mostly into the ARK investment ETFs and stuff like that. And I just actually invested more in there. I actually took the money out of my dividend stocks and threw it all into the stocks, because they're so low right now, and I know they're going to go back up. So I'd be a fool not to put it in there. And that's exactly what Kathy Wood did too. She took some money from like Apple, which didn't dive down as much, and she put them into the ones that dove down like 25, 30, 40%, and then got some really, really good deals. So she'll make that money back and then some. Those ARK ETFs are really, really going to do good in the future, I think, once this gets over. It might take a year, but who knows. Let's see. Sun Moon says, are you allowed to have an above ground pool there? Sure you are. Yeah, they sell them over here. You can get them on Lazada with a filter too, and you can get all the chlorine and everything on Lazada. Maso says, I much prefer the tipping in the Philippines compared to the States. Tipping in the States was one of the things that really annoyed the state. It is expected in the U.S., even if it's bad service. Yeah, Maso, I definitely agree with you on that. I actually give the people over here, though, a good tip. And even for a haircut, the haircuts are so cheap over here. I pay 100 pesos, which is $2, and I give the guy another 100 pesos for a tip. When I first came here, The haircuts were 50 pesos, and they've doubled in the past 3 years. Win Duncan, the half and half lifestyle means us younger guys can live abroad half a year now when younger. Don't have to wait 50s or 60s. I live half a year in Thailand and not in the PI. No family. Interesting. Let's see. How much would a maid be per month? Can you get them without being live-in? Yeah, but you're going to pay a little bit more, I think, because the live-in, they have the benefits, and you still got to give them Phil Health and stuff like that, which is cheap. Ken Maripau says, in March 2020 bear market, did you exit all your portfolio? Nope. I'm always in my portfolio. I don't worry about it, man, because I'm in it for the long term. And also being in the ETFs that I'm in, the ARK ETFs, that Kathy Woods is really brilliant what she does. So I don't even worry about jumping in and out or anything. I'm in there for 5 to 10 years. To obtain SRRV equals, is there required deposit or just show proof of retirement income? Well, you have to do both, man. You have to do both. You have to have the deposit ready, and you have to have proof of at least $1,000. And if you're married, I think it's like 12 or 1,500. But you can ask Mary Rose about that. She'll answer you if you need help with that, man. She's really good at that. I highly recommend her. She's paid by the PRA by application fee, so definitely go through her. These other people charge you $300 to $1,000 on top of the money that they're getting from the PRA. She doesn't charge that. Just a FYI, guys. If you guys are doing the SRRV visa, go through Mary Rose. Trust me, she's who I went through. I swear by her. And we have a lot of other people that have written nice comments in the comment section. You can go back and read them in some of my SRRV videos. They say that they use her too, and she's awesome. I've helped quite a few people with that. And I'll help you on the flip side if you have any questions too. If she can't help you with something, you need to know how to get a police report or something like that, just shoot me an email and I'll help you with that. Any of you guys. Yes, I'm definitely going to look into solar. Definitely, this is Maso. Definitely going to go to the German solar panels and will not even look at the Chinese ones. Yeah, if you can get them over here. Francisco Fletes, did you ever consider living in one of the old U.S. bases like Subic or Clark? I know people that live up there, and it's pretty nice living up there. There's some really, really good living up there, I got to tell you. And some of the apartments are really nice up there too. Let's see. Inspired retired expat. Aloha from Hawaii, soon to be 29-year active duty U.S. Army veteran, retiring to the Philippines with my wife. Thanks for your great vlogs and God bless. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Maso says, agreed. I like to give those who deliver services a good tip. Depending on restaurant service will definitely dictate the size of the tip. Yeah, definitely, man. But I usually leave like 10, 15%. In some places, I like the people there. They're like family to me at Kenny Rogers because I go in there so much. And I always give them a good tip. And around Christmas time or Thanksgiving, I go in there for Thanksgiving, because it's the only place that's close to a Thanksgiving dinner. And I give them like anywhere between 700 to 1,000 pesos for a tip that night. Because they serve like about 20 people that I invite. Let's see. Francisco Flitta says, I served at Tripler and Schofield. I lived in Mililani. Welcome to the Philippines, inspired retired expat. But let's see, we're getting up on about 78 minutes here, guys. I'm gonna call it a night, guys. But thanks, guys. I really appreciate you guys, tuning in tonight. And like I said, tomorrow night, 10 p.m. I'm gonna try to do a live chat from the beach. So hopefully we can do that. I'll probably be using the cabana down there in Batangas. But hopefully my data will work. So this is tentative, guys. So at 10 o'clock, I'm going to try to be on. Hopefully everything works out. If not, I'll do one when I get back, as soon as I get back, okay? So I should be back late Sunday, and maybe I'll do one Sunday night if I'm not on tomorrow night. Just FYI, guys. Okay, so if you don't see me on there tomorrow night, it's because the data thing didn't work. So it didn't, because I'm going to be using data to try to do a live stream, which might be hard to do down there. But anyway, guys, God bless. Take care, and try to tune in tomorrow night, guys. But if I'm not on there, try me Sunday night. Okay, guys? God bless. Take care.